People laugh at Lady in the Water. People revolted at the happening. But little did they know that in 2013, the true abomination, the destruction of mankind in a format of a major motion, high budget picture will come as M.Night Shyamalan took on the Smith family vehicle After Earth, becoming one of the biggest clusterfucks in history. Not only is this movie bad, it's especially terrible. It actually lacks the sense of humor, the silliness, the happening has, so that you could at least laugh at it. This is virtually painful. This is by far M. Night Shyamalan's worst film, and it shows. I don't know. You know, there's some movies that I can actually mention something good about. I can't think of anything good that came out of this movie. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, even in the worst criticized movies, ever since I saw Paranormal Activity 4, which I thought was the biggest piece of shit in mankind, and and which is a big old Xbox Kinect commercial to me. There was some scenes that were so stupid you could at least laugh. In here, there's just nothing. There's really nothing. So I don't know how I can remain positive about this, but I guess I make this a rant and a criticism of this film. Sorry, M.Night, but this was something you shouldn't have touched, and you touched it. And how can I describe it? Imagine you grab a piece of shit, right? And then you shape this piece of shit into a statue of a famous actor. Let's say that famous actor is Will Smith. And now you have a piece of shit, that's shaped like Will Smith. It doesn't stop being a piece of shit. No matter what you sculpt it to be. And it's not only M. Night's fault, but this is awful. Where should we begin? We have this guy, Will Smith. His name here is Cypher Rage. This brave intergalactic warrior that is fighting this creature, alien, CG thing that's terribly designed, by the way, that supposedly the only way to defeat it is not to have fear, and he is like the only general whatever of the army thing that he can defeat this thing so easily. And the montage in the beginning shows him so bravely waving some kind of special weird weapon that kills that thing on the spot because he's so brave and awesome, right? And he's got this son that wants to live up to his father's shadow, but he can't because he's afraid. And basically it's about conquering fear. So something goes terribly wrong, and during an intergalactic trip, this thing crashes, the ship crashes into Earth. But Earth is not the same because people don't live in Earth anymore. Now it's an uninhabitably horrible place which has evolved to destroy humans. And it has horrible monsters. And to make things worse, Will Smith gets injured. And the only way to be saved is by his son, his brave son, his actual son, Jaden Smith, will take over as the hero. I will take on all these dangerous things to save the day, the spot, and overcome. Can he overcome his fears and finally deliver, deliver the goods to show his father that he has what it takes to be a man and to be brave. Even describing this thing is exhausting. First of all, we got the evil thing number one, the bait and switch. All the posters, all the things. I know we get both of them, but the main thing is that we get Will Smith. So we're thinking Will Smith is gonna be the main guy, and no, it's his son. So it's a cheap trick to get people to think that Will Smith he's hardly in the movie. It's old. I mean, he is in the movie, but in all the action roles and all the things is mostly Jaden. Jaden that amazingly, did an awesome job in past movies, like the Karate Kid and also the movie that The Pursuit of Happiness, in which I praised him personally when he made that movie, and I thought that was amazing. However, his performance is awful. Will Smith's performance, it's sadistic, very selfish and awful. I can't even describe it to you. I can't even recognize Will Smith here. All his likability, it's gone. Very, 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 which starts to make you wonder if his age is just that Will Smith has lost his charm. And he's trying to feature his son as the newcomer of this new box office success, and it just doesn't work. They both fail. This movie fails miserably on a horrible, dumb, slow, boring story. Awful acting. Horrible written lines. Horrible CG production. If this film was toilet paper, it would be the world's most expensive toilet paper to wipe your ass on. And yeah, I mean, M.Night, this truly disappointed me, because you should have walked away with the project when you saw that this was just not gonna work. It was poorly thought, poorly structured. I know Will Smith had the greatest intentions of helping his son out to become a movie star. I get it. It's just not going to work. It reminds me, so a little bit about, the thing with Charlie Sheen and Martin Sheen, trying to follow up on the steps, but they're just not the same type of actor. And I think that Jaden does have some future as an actor, but not as an action hero. And despite what he did on the Karate Kid or whatever, Kung Fu Kid, whatever it was, I just don't see it. He doesn't have the same charm as his father, and even his father starting to lose it. So I did enjoy Will Smith on the Concussion movie, where he plays a doctor, an African doctor. He is a much better performance, but there's no redemption value with this movie. Like I said, it's even so bad that it doesn't have those laughable moments. You just stare at it, and I was just going and looking at my watch. I don't even know how long this damn thing was. Let me see if I can find out. How many minutes was this? It's 100 minutes, so it's 2 hours and, let me see, 60 minutes. No, an hour and 40 minutes. Too long. So it's just too painful. And I like M.Night. I really think that he got a lot of ideas, and there's other movies that I appreciate. This was not a hit. This was his biggest miss to date. But next movie, we're gonna look at something that I actually appreciate from M.Night. So, but I'm not gonna reveal what that is. So stay tuned, be blessed, and don't watch After Earth. That movie gets an F. I don't know what would I recommend. If you're really curious and it's on TV and it's at midnight, drink a couple of cups of coffee so you can survive watching this movie. It's such a snore fest. You might just fall asleep. Sorry, M.Night. I still love you. You're a great director. I still like you. But this movie is